Welcome back to Talk That Talk with Meesh and Jay. I'm Meesh. To the left me is my bro Jay.
I'm back.
Look, if you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are true here, you already know what to do. Get your smokes, get your drinks, but make sure you've like, comment, and subscribe. Your ass should already be
subscribed.
Hey, we're back. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you to our newest subscribers, y'all, with Trending Topics Podcast. If you don't like a topic today, you like a topic tomorrow. So please, like, sub, comment. We accept it all. We need it all. We need 1,000 subscribers, y'all. That is our goal. So please, check in with us and do us a solid, y'all. Do us a solid.
Oh, yeah.
We give you that real and that raw.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. What's up, bro?
Not much. There's a little couple weeks off. I know y'all missed us.
I know. We was off for a little bit. We had two things that just kind of, it was like a lot of family stuff. We were busy. So, yeah, it was due. We needed this time to kind of rejuvenate ourselves. Excuse me, y'all. Even while I was off, y'all got to excuse my little stuffiness here. I'm very stuffy right now. Yeah. But that's fine. I'll be okay.
You know, there's a lot going on. Bruno getting big over here.
Right.
He about to be 7 months.
That's right. He getting old. That's a big boy.
Exactly, man. So I ain't been doing too much. Waiting on the football season to come around.
It's coming.
I'm happy about that. See if I can get Meesh to join the fantasy football league.
Like I did last year.
Yeah, but it's another one, too.
It's a different one?
It's a different one. I
want
to get
paid.
Yeah, you got to pay $10 to get in, though.
I'm with it.
Okay,
$10 like that?
Bet. I'm going to show you. Yeah, you'll like it. You'll like it. See? Yes.
Yo.
But football season around the corner. I can't wait.
Ooh.
A lot of shows been coming on. I've been doing things with my car, trying to get that together for the summer. Of course, summer ain't even here yet.
No, not yet.
Not officially.
I think it's the 21st.
Yeah, not officially.
21st, yeah.
So, getting my car ready and, working a lot. Y'all know I've been doing photography, so I've been doing a few little gigs here and there. So I've been keeping busy. I'm always busy.
Oh, yeah.
I got to check my calendar. Everybody, what doing this? Right. Check my calendar.
Jay always got something going on.
Check my calendar, man. I'm bowling in a tournament. Mm-hmm. And the last tournament I bowled in a tournament 2 weeks ago with my boy Jesus in Townsend. And we did good.
That's good. Congratulations.
We get paid. He gonna get the money.
Okay.
But I didn't have no expectations because again I had pulled my hamstring chasing Bruno around.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then I put the first tournament off. The other tournament was on. I don't know. I think it was like June something. Well, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And
we went and I did pretty good. And I ain't bowled in a whole month.
Oh.
And he did good. So yeah, we won some money. We got to pick it up. And I'm happy about that.
That is what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But anyway, so I heard some news that my guy, and see, I'm always gonna be the controversial one.
Okay.
My guy, R. Kelly, is trying to get MAGA Trump to get him out of prison.
For real, I
to
didn't hear
get pardoned. You didn't hear that?
Oh, I didn't hear he was trying to get pardoned.
Yeah, trying to get pardoned, citing that he been getting death threats in the prison.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
he's scared for his life. You know what I mean? And so he asked Trump, and his peoples, hey, pardon me, brother.
Wow. That would be
what do you
interesting
think about that?
If Trump
he
does
pardoning
that.
Everybody else.
He is and that's been talks about him even trying to pardon Diddy. So I wouldn't be surprised if I would say he tried to, but they flirting around with the idea, asking him if he would.
If the child don't get, Yeah.
I'm not surprised that R. Kelly is jumping on that bandwagon now while Trump is thinking.
I mean, look, he might as well try. If everybody else doing it and getting it, and he might as well try. He got to be in there anyway. Ain't nothing wrong with trying.
Here's my thing. The only way
I just want to hear his music.
The only
man.
reason
I just want his music. I mean, I
understand
I understand what happened. He been in jail. Might as well say about almost 8 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did about almost 8 to 10, which would leave about 20 left. Man did his time. I'm sure that he learned his lesson. I'm sure.
I hope so.
That's my man, Kales, y'all.
I hope
Let's get back to the Kales music.
Hey, we're going to need something.
But yeah, look into that,
everybody
sis.
go. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah.
I'm going to look into that. Yeah, because I haven't heard that one. Now, I have heard people flirting around in regards to Diddy's, if he get convicted, would Trump pardon him? Because, and here's my thought about it. For those, I don't know if you pro-Trump or whatnot, this is not the point. The point is, he been in the industry. He's hung around these people. He know these people.
Definitely did.
So I would not be surprised if he does pardon them based off of him knowing
the relationships.
What's up? The connection. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Elon already threw him under the bus on some Jeffrey Epstein and stuff.
Yeah.
Talk about he was hanging with Jeffrey Epstein back in the day and all of that.
Yeah, he did that.
I mean, and that's because they was beefing. He threw him right up under the bus.
Showed some videos of him grabbing on the bunnies, the snow bunnies and all that.
I would not be surprised, to be honest. So we shall see. I'm going to look into that, though. I'm going to find out. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's
I mean, if that happened, then I'm going to be like, okay.
Hey, man, look. And they say it's make America great again, but is it really great? Look at the things that's happening.
First of all, America's never been great. we gonna seal that deal right now. I don't know when it's been great. It ain't been great. It have not ever been great. Okay? But with that side, we ain't gonna keep y'all waiting. So please like, comment, subscribe if you stayed this long. We about to jump into our topic, okay? And we're gonna go into the Diddy trial updates. We were following Diddy. We were whole time still following Diddy. I know I was following the trial. There was a few parts of the trial that we did miss, but we gonna pick up where we left off on this. I believe this is day 19. Yeah. And so we're gonna pick up from yesterday and today.
I did the best I could.
Yeah,
I kind of fell off after maybe the fourth week.
Yeah.
I kind of like fell off like, all right, y'all, this getting a little redundant. Y'all doing too much. Like,
when you say redundant, I hear that because that's how I feel too a little bit because of this Jane Doe, who might I add? Do you know who 50 Cent baby mama is? Are you familiar with her? I ain't gonna say her name.
I don't know who she is.
Okay, so remember him and 50 Cent had that little beef one time, and he thrown his baby mama under the bus because. And he always had that beef with Diddy because she was messing around with him. Mm-hmm. Well, that's supposedly this Jane Doe. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say her name because I heard they, doxing or whatever they doing to people who say her name. Mm-hmm. But she's been in court for days now, testifying about her relationship with Diddy, and this is after Cassie. And in reality, y'all, it sounded just like the relationship he had with Cassie.
Yeah, it did sound like. I did hear it.
It just like
I thought that, and before I even seen it, I thought, because I was listening to it on the radio or something like that, I thought they was repeating the Cassie stuff, but I was like, oh, who are they talking about?
Nope.
Yeah.
And I guess, and here's my take on why I think it's repeated. Because we gonna talk about a few of the things we heard that might have sounded a little bit different, but are the same. Before, at least for me. Basically, it felt like he's repeating these hotel nights, these freak offs, the sobriety nights. So she had a different name for them. So I guess what he does is he has whores. There are certain women who he's like, or all of them. I'm not even sure if it's all the women he have in his life or whether it's just certain ones. And so this one sounds identical to Cassie, except for Cassie goes up there with the attitude of, I never liked it. I didn't like it. He tricked me into it. I didn't want it. Blah, blah, blah. This one, she said she feels tricked too, but just in a different way. He said he love bombed her into the freak offs and the sexual nights. And he drugged her. He gave her ecstasy every time she complained about doing freak offs. He still, every time they talk, he'll hit her up and he will call up a sex worker, one of the guys. Okay? Mm-hmm. He would have to have one there. And then she would have to
have a sex worker there.
Right. And then they would have to go to work. They would go to work, but they had to be drugged up. And then they would do the baby oil. And then guess what? Boom, she get banged out by this sex worker.
Why is she taking the drugs? So he forcing her to?
He just gave it. No. See, that's the
thing. Put
it
in her drink?
She did admit that when she would complain, I don't want to do the freak offs. I don't want to do the hotel nights. Whining.
Yeah.
He'll pull the pill from up under his little, whatever he had his pouch. Uh-huh. He'll Here, take this shit. Shut the fuck up. And she'll take it. And he'll pop it in her mouth. She'll swallow it. And then she able to get freaky and go all night. And then when it run out, he'll give her another one. So this was her testimony that he kept her high off the pill. But think about it. They get addicted after a while. So it's kind of like she may not want to do it. But because she's addicted to the drug that she take and how it make her feel, she go ahead and take the drug because the drug is a better alternative. But this one also admits she wanted what she felt Cassie had.
Right.
The relationship. Mm-hmm. She loved him.
So she knew about Cassie.
Yeah, she knew about Cassie. Yeah. She knew she
So this is after
the ex.
Cassie.
This is after Cassie. This is why this girl is in conjunction with Young Miami.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that.
Right?
Yeah. I heard she was kind of bitter about that too.
She was not kind of. She was really bitter because Young Miami got more exposure. She got a podcast.
Yeah.
That actually won a couple awards. Mm-hmm. She got actually really big behind Diddy, while this one kind of stayed under the radar. Mm-hmm. He never really promoted her.
But Young Miami was already known before, so she already had jump started.
She already was jump started as it. So maybe that's why Diddy gave her special privilege, more privileges that he gave ones who weren't unknown.
Right.
Maybe that's why. But they had a little argument, because this one sound feisty. Cassie sounded like she was more the submissive type. Cassie was more like, she wouldn't complain, and if she did try to say one thing, he smack her up, and then she back in line. This one was out of line. This one decided she wanted to take Diddy and knock his head upside some marble.
What?
And then hit him, and then she would talk shit, and she would tell him she wouldn't want to do the freak offs. Mm-hmm. But it was rent looming over her.
A ghetto joint.
That was the joint 50 Cent was messing with.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he was paying, so Diddy was paying her rent. But so basically, for her to do the freak offs and deal with Diddy, she asked him to give her $15,000, but she settled for what was it? $10,000. He said, "I'll get $10,000. I'll pay up your rent for however long." So he would, and whenever she would say she wouldn't want to do the freak offs, he would be like, "Okay, well, we'll just end all the agreements. We won't do your rent no more. We won't." So that's what it is.
But she want her rent paid.
She want that lifestyle.
Got him.
She wants that lifestyle. Okay? Uh-huh. But I'm going to play a little bit of what I found on here, even though we going to talk about it, but it may be a little bit more slight detailed about what Jane was discussing. So let's play it real quick.
Explosive, graphic testimony from Jane, not her real name, about doing freak-offs with Diddy after Cassie. I think this trial is over. They dated from 2021 to 2024, right up to the time of his arrest. Shortly after Diddy began dating Jane, he introduced to her the idea of his fantasy of seeing her with other men. She said, "Okay, maybe they were high," and he starts pressing the issue. "We can make this happen tonight." She reluctantly agrees, and next thing she knows, she's being whisked to a hotel. She said, "We went to a hotel. I saw assistants setting up the room, getting his room ready. There was a bustle of getting this room ready. A bustle." A sex worker came and she was with him for 24 hours straight while Diddy watched. She asked him to wear a hat, and Diddy said, "No, I want it raw." She thought it was going to be a one-time thing, but he's suddenly insisting on them doing that all the time. He called them hotel nights. She said the planning for these hotel nights was massive. There were travel agents, assistants, other people securing the hotels, the suites, the red light, the music, the lotion, the alcohol, the bed sheets, the blankets, the towels, because the baby oil was everywhere, so they had to be prepared to clean it all up. Their whole life became her having it with other men in front of Diddy. Jane told Diddy in writing and in person many times she did not want to do this anymore. But he was paying the rent on her $10,000 a month place. And he made it clear if she wasn't down to do whatever he wanted with the freak-offs, the hotel nights, then she was out of her $10,000 a month place immediately. She said she felt obligated to do what he wanted. He did the same thing to Jane that he did to Cassie. If you're wondering whether Cassie liked the freak-offs or did not like them as she testified, just note this. Their relationship ended and she went on to form a family with a single man and have a loving situation that she's part of filled with children. While Diddy went on to have another freak-off relationship. Who do you think was really the... Come on. This ends the trial for me. This is him doing freak-offs with another person, controlling, coercing someone else into S trafficking. How many more victims of S trafficking with this man do we need?
Now, here's the thing. The difference between Cassie, this girl, and Carisha. So pretty much this is clearly Diddy's lifestyle. He has money and that's clearly how he wanted to live his ex-life. Mm-hmm. Sex for him was boring with just a woman, clearly. Because I know about this thing he would call the trifecta, right? He would do this with Jane and another sex worker. So I think the sex worker name was Paul. I'm going to say his name is Paul. I believe it's Paul. It would be Paul, Diddy, and the Jane chick. And he called it the trifecta. And they're like, what makes the trifecta? Kobe, Shaq, and Michael Jordan. So
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, you heard that one? Yeah. Yep. So he basically...
And he was Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and he was Michael Jordan. Now, why she had to be Kobe, I don't know. Okay? I really don't know. But I feel, and this is a lot of conversation that people were saying that the reason why he has to do this voyeurism thing is because he is clearly interested in men on his own, but maybe either in front of these women or just in general, he doesn't want to actually have the sex with the men. So he has the women have sex with the men in front of him and do all the things that he would want them to do. Because even him requiring the sex worker to come on the woman, Cassie, Jane, whatever, and then he would say, when they finish, I need the seconds. I need the finishes for me. That within itself is a little interesting to me. That's diabolical at that, because that's really unusual for a man to care or want anything to do with another man's cum, let alone let another man sleep with his woman right in front of him. That's not just voyeurism, but they were using the word cuckold.
Yeah,
they would say he was a cuckold. Yeah, right.
That's he's sit in the corner and watch.
That was his voyeurism is sit in the corner and watch, but cuckolding is somebody who is also into other men, but he wants to watch his woman sleep with other men so that he can enjoy it in a certain way. But yeah, so it's in both ways. Either way, Carisha was with all of it. You could tell Carisha was with all of it. But old girl got upset at Carisha being so happy. Because baby, he treated Carisha so much better because Carisha don't come out with no complaints. She ain't said nothing.
Right.
She must have enjoyed it. She also said she liked being peed on.
Like you can pee on me in the shower. You can pee on me like once you come. Like it just depends. It just depends on how the night flows.
I gotta try this out. Golden shower. We gonna take one more because that golden shower, that's lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She like being peed on. And he go all night. And so he taking her on yacht trips, like literally just simply having sex with her, with Carisha. And maybe, I don't know if she had the sex workers because she out there to speak. But the way she put it, he could go all night.
So how many rounds you be going?
You know.
The people don't.
You know them.
I know, but the people don't.
Okay, so
I'm asking for the people.
What's the answer? What's the answer?
Baby, let me tell y'all something.
On which yacht?
This nigga don't go to sleep. I be like, God damn. I'm gonna tell y'all something. For real. I really thought that I was gonna like make him tap out. Like I really thought he was gonna be being out no chance. This nigga don't go to sleep. You gotta be energized. You gotta be charged up like a Tesla.
When you going off the grid with me, you gotta go to sleep for a week.
Yeah, because it's definitely giving no sleep.
It should be to sound like he laying pipe to Carisha. So when it came out after him and Carisha did that interview, Jane got mad at Diddy and was like, okay, well, I don't even want to do these freak offs anymore because that's all you want me for.
Right.
Even on my birthday, I'm asking you for one night or just me and you or whatever nights, and you still got to call a sex worker over here. Every time. He don't want the woman by himself. Now, what did this got to do? Now, I think the sex trafficking come in with him just flying the men out.
Yeah.
Because I don't see
that's still,
yeah,
you know.
That's the only part. I mean, other than that, y'all, I'm confused. I don't see where he's really, because if drugs that he's taking is he's drugging people, but also he's taking the drugs too.
Yep.
Okay.
He ain't taking advantage.
So he's high along with them. They both high. They like getting high. You know, they doing that. And then they want to do the freaky nights because they're using him for something. And like I said, this is no shame against the woman, but it's like, you gotta have your own shit, yeah. You gotta have your own shit. Anytime you dealing with somebody who got massive amounts of money like that, you're gonna be under control. Period. Point blank and simple. He control your shit. He like, I do all this for you, and you not gonna do what I want you to do? Absolutely not. That's his mindset. I'm just speaking from the mindset that I feel like Diddy is going with. Carisha, it's automatic. She sung about it in her songs. She sung in her songs about how she won a bag. She was all about money. She didn't care what she had to do. And she clearly said she liked being peed on and all of that. So it lets you, and all of this aligns with what happened with Cassie. And now Jane is repeating the same thing. How the cum had to happen. They had to come. And Jane also got the STDs, the sores and
Disgusting.
the UTIs and all of that.
Ugh.
You know, she got that too from having to constantly do all these freak offs and stuff. And yet again, she happily did it after the drugs were taken. After the drugs was taken.
Oh, yeah. Because her mind is gone.
She gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the court system, I don't know how the jurors are looking at that. Like, okay, is it, because he would tell her that she could always smack it out his head. Like, I don't understand why.
See what I'm saying? Ain't no way.
But
no, smack it on the head. I don't want it. You could have took it.
But
spit that shit out.
But a lot of them acted like they couldn't tell him no. But you know why? I feel like the couldn't tell him no for Jane was more, if I tell him no, he not gonna pay my rent. Yeah. I'm gonna get thrown.
For the man, look, man.
Because she admitted she loved him and still would be with him. She admitted that.
Had something that they needed from him.
Right.
And they was gonna do what they had to do, even if they didn't like it, to make sure the lifestyle or whatever they needed
stayed intact
and was going to be taken care of by Diddy, even if it was to make sure in Cassie's case that another woman didn't take her spot.
Right. Exactly.
I'm just saying. That's I mean, I can't see how.
Most of them didn't want. They all got jealous because over him.
Yeah.
They all did. So I'm like, they all wanted like that high level relationship with him. But he reduced them down to simply sex workers. And then admit, he did sound manipulative. He did sound like a little love bombing. Let me play actually something that I got. Because this is him actually talking to Jane Doe in regards to, I guess she was.
It seemed like the only person he cared about was the twins' mama.
Yeah.
But he didn't do none of that wild
Well, I
shit with her.
heard she had hotel nights too, though.
Oh, really?
I did hear that, but yeah, I guess she's not here anymore to like confirm or deny. But
right.
I heard through the grapevine. Now, how true it is, I don't know. But I know he said she was his soulmate, though. So I'm sure he cared about her more, for sure.
It wouldn't do nothing trifling like to her.
So this is him talking to the Jane Doe that's on the stand now. And that's a little leaked audio of him, mad that she's ignoring him or whatnot. Let's play it.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not going to be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know, you think you silent treating me, and you think I'm going to be, nah. You'll have a rude awakening. You'll just have silence. And ain't nobody threatening you, and I ain't trying to go back and forth with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I ain't got no time for no motherfucking games. Where my life is at right now, I don't have no time for no games, baby girl. Me and you could be mad. I could have a spat. We could have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job. That's really that's all it is. Cause you got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. So either you go in the direction of like moving on and shit like that, or you like just like have me just keep moving. Ain't no threat. I'm just being clear. I can't do this shit with you every time you get upset.
And she would always get upset with her. That's from what I'm hearing. The way she was telling on the stand, like she was more of the aggressive one, where she like, you know, F you, Diddy. Like I'll do what you want, but I'm not gonna do what you want, type shit. Like she'll do what he want, and then she won't do what he want.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, but she needed that rent paid. So it's kind of like he said, if you move on, you know what go along with that,
right,
sis. So
right.
that's what her situation was.
And she hung in there.
And she as long as she could.
She could have went on and rolled out.
They said from 2021
he
to 2024.
told her, look, what you going to do? She could have rolled out.
But you know why? Because if her lifestyle wasn't that no more, because her last boyfriend, you get what I'm saying? Her ex wasn't supporting that shit no more.
50.
Yeah, he wasn't supporting. So guess what? She had to find somebody as equally as breaded up.
And that's why she didn't really say nothing. She just moved on.
Yeah.
Because 50 got just as much cash or more than him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, just as much. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So she had to, like, once she left him, she had to go to somebody who had money. So that's Diddy. Now I don't know who she affiliated with now. But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, she did admit she loved him. She said she loved him. And she said she would still be with him today. She said that. So I mean, don't get mad at me. That's what she said.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
She was up there crying that he did force her in all these freak offs. That was a part of the lifestyle. And yeah, he may have love bombed her and drugged her up to amp her up to be able to take all the penis.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, they both did it so that they could have a long time with him. She said she bought him a TV so he could watch their sex for his birthday.
So it sounds like to me that the defense is is winning this thing right now.
I mean, for what I'm hearing, the defense is kind of, yeah. I don't see where the prosecution is winning because I don't see where everything is just about sex right now. Everything's about how he drugged him up and he get all these males to come in town, fly in to smash this girl who is on drugs and willing to smash her. Because if you look at the videos and the jurors are looking at him, they all into it.
Oh, talking about looking at the videos?
The jurors looking at the video. And they all into it, seeing what they willing to do.
Is.
And so now the jurors are like confused. And the girls are up here crying and saying, well, he made me. And while we understand you were under drug influence, you endure years and years and years and years of this. This is not victim blaming, but it's kind of like you was getting something out of it. He was paying your rent. Once you got yourself into a contract, that's a contract. You got yourself into the contract to get your rent paid by this man, and now he's in control. And a lot of women need to understand, anytime you dealing with a man with massive amounts of money and you need him to take care of you, and she did say this too, she only date men who take care of her. That's what she said.
See? Man, that's what she get.
So,
and you gonna fall into a wild lifestyle when you start doing stuff like that.
Right, because men who have all that money to the point where they paying your rent and paying you, basically your lifestyle depends on him.
Yeah.
Guess what? You technically his child. You his child. You do exactly what he said.
Exactly what he said.
At any time, any place.
If not, they gonna move on because they can get any woman they want.
Who just want the job.
Yeah.
Cause what he said in that thing, he said he was like, we could just move on or whatever. Cause technically in his mind, guess what? Young Miami slid on it and just gladly took the spot.
That's right. He like, I'm good either way.
And she
so
cheesing.
Either you gonna be there or I'm gonna be over here.
She cheesing and happy and all. He ain't feel like he was losing nothing. So
nope.
And I'm just talking candidly because
I don't even know what this broad look like, but I know what's her name look like.
I'll show you off camera, but
cause Young Miami fine.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, y'all. I hate to say it, but it's when they say I love him and she say I'll still be with him, even after the fact, she wasn't there to really blame him, but she just was talking about how horrible she felt her experience was with all the prostitutes. He did allow her to pick the same prostitute though, over and over for her comfort.
Right.
But he did force her to not use condoms and all that. But I think because he wanted
crazy.
he
That's
wanted
crazy.
that sperm and all of that. So I don't, that's some gay shit.
Hold
to me.
on, with the sex worker, no condom.
With the sex worker, yep. Or the
Even
sex
though
worker.
the sex worker probably doing his other thing with other people.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
They tripping.
But anyway, y'all, I don't know where this is gonna go. We still following, but right now,
It ain't that much time left.
it's
on
freaky
tape.
shit. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to find the sex trafficking and the racketeering.
Right now,
I'm
I
still
hear they just
find
trying to
it.
get a mistrial. That's what I heard.
I heard too. I heard that too.
Yeah.
But anyway, y'all, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. We did 1,000 subscribers. We love y'all. I'm Meesh. To the left of me is my bro Jay. Peace.